So these are cuttings from what I believe to be larch tree from our campus. And what I'm attempting to do is grow roots out of the branches as cuttings. And I've done some research on that, and what I've been doing is putting the cuttings in just regular water. There's like multiple things you can do. Like I've heard that you can, there's like special stuff that you can put on the base of the trunk, but pretty much I've just been putting them in water and seeing what happens, and I'll show you a little bit later what the turnout has been so far. It's only been like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I ran into a problem with what I think is the new growth, which is seemingly looking like this one, doesn't do as well as ones with thicker branches, which is the old growth. But we'll give this one a shot. As you can see, I mean, there's been a little die-off on some of them. I had to take some out that just really did not look promising at all, but there are some that looks generally okay, like they're doing fine. I don't know about any root growth. You can see some little white dots there on the tree that could possibly be growth, but I don't know. I didn't really take a lot of time. I put these in here like this so they have so they would stand up straight. We'll just have to see what happens. So here's practically one of the cuttings that I've taken. It's pretty long. So I've been splitting them in half. If I grab my scissors, I've been splitting them about halfway so that I can get 2 out of them. We'll cut her about right there. I want a trunk without foliage on it that goes up to about where I'm going to have it in the cup of water, because that's where I want the roots to go, and I want a solid amount of roots to start so that once we plant it we can get it starting growing better and just really establish it as an actual tree. So on a few of these I've been just pruning these foliage parts off with my fingers, but on a few of them I've also been just cutting them off. I think the benefit of taking these off is it leaves a much like more natural like part right here, and that could be beneficial in a way. I really don't know. We'll see. So you just continue to take those off till you get like a little, I'm gonna go with a nice little, about 4 to 5 inches is how tall my cup is. I don't want there to be foliage on the inside of the cup. It's pretty much just a waste. So we'll take this last one off and cut it about there. So now you can see, not a lot of foliage left, a little died out part at the top, but I don't really need a lot of foliage, I don't think. I just need a good solid amount of trunk underwater, or at least the branch underwater. So we'll put that into the water. And now here's a larger trunk size, branch size, and this is old growth. And you'll notice on these that, I don't know if it's a start of these look like buddings, but at the same time I don't really know because all the rest of them bud. It's early spring. So I'm just going to take those off because I don't want any more buds to grow because that will take up energy, and I really want all the energy to be focused on rooting. Okay, I'm going to prune the bottoms off. Okay, so what we didn't see the last one is I've been cutting the bottoms off at a diagonal just to give a little more area of opening right here in the branch. Get some more water in. I've got 4 in each. The water's up to, I made a little mark there because we need the roots obviously, but we want to keep the water at the same level so the roots grow at the same spot. So I know how much water to put in as the water evaporates, and that's because we want the roots at the same level all the time. Because eventually we're gonna have to cut the branches back. We're gonna probably plant them just as is with roots, but later on, as the roots develop, we're going to cut them back so that we have a flatter root base, which will help with the tree a lot later in flaring out the trunk as it gets older. So these are the new cuttings I've done, and we'll just hope that they sprout some nice roots. This is another cutting I took out. It's in some water. And something promising about this one is that a leaf has opened. I took it down when they all kind of looked shriveled up, and they're starting to separate, as you can see on this one here. They're starting to separate, and that one actually opened up. This one's starting to open up too. This one looks a little different. That's because my good friend William Book had a good idea to take it out of the ground. This is what you'd call a sucker. It sucks on the roots of the main tree. So I just took it right out of the ground, and what you can tell from this is those are some roots growing. Those are some new roots, and they're all over it. So I think it's been enough time that we're just gonna plant it now. I don't want, as you can see there, it's getting a little cloudy in the water. I think that's what you'd call beginning of a root rot, and I don't want that. So we're gonna plant this probably to. Summing up, I have these two off the same tree. They're pretty leafy. Hopefully they grow some nice roots. I have another one in the back there. This one was a flowering one. Luckily I got to this before the flowers ate up all the energy. I had another one, different tree, but the flowers really took a toll on it, and I think that's why all of the leaves wilted and it died. This one's kind of wild. We're just gonna see what happens on this one. Something unique is I took all the bark off that one, thinking that might make a difference. All pretty much trial and error here. Don't really know what's going to work and what's not. We'll have to see. So I'll probably make another update video in the next few weeks as I we'll see how the ones that we're working on do, and probably also maybe start some new ones eventually. But yeah, until then.